Hey everybody, this is David Skrika. I hope you're all doing well. So we're going to talk about a bit today. We're going to talk about what's going on in the gold market. So our stock chart of the day is going to be the gold price. So what we're seeing is, the sell-off in the gold market, etc. And I know it's kind of difficult to watch, et cetera. But look, I really believe a lot of these election trades are just like total overreactions to what's gone on. And also too, like I think the key thing to keep watching are interest rates because a lot of these trades are going to be stopped in their tracks if interest rates continue to head higher, and we are heading higher on the long end. But look, at gold was very, very overbought. We're going to show you this right now, and nothing goes straight up, etc. So we're going to look at it. You can see like this is the GLD. I have to show the GLD because the gold price on stock charts is not updated till the end of the day. But this was roughly just over 2000 in gold back in February 2024. And we can see this huge move in the GLD. You can see it was about 185 to 255. We were talking a 30 to 40, 35 to 40% move in gold, in just 9 months. So it was due for a pullback. You can see on this chart, it doesn't really look that bad. It doesn't look much worse than it did back in. So I think that sometimes you can see the RSI is 37. This is the lowest RSI in gold actually since that February low. And if we do end up going a little lower, we'll be more oversold. So you don't sell stocks here when they're in this oversold deal. So, and of course, like the dollar is absolutely soaring. It continues to go higher again. You can see the dollar's multi-month highs. And again, now getting very overextended. And part of the reason is there's this money kind of moving into the States thinking that there's going to be this big boom. And there's also the interest rate trade is kind of unwinding. You can see again, there's a 10-year bond. You can see we're up 7 basis points today. We're getting close to 440. And that's all going to affect everything. I don't want to talk about too much things because this is supposed to be stock chart of the day. And recently I've done these kind of longer things, but I will talk about gold and gold stocks today. So we can look at the GDX here and you can see the GDX is now getting towards its 200-day moving average. We're at 30 on the RSI. We're very, very oversold. This is actually the lowest RSI reading, again, since last February. If we go under 30, it will be the lowest reading since October of last year, when you see that was a really important low for gold stocks. And actually, in the next 2 months, roughly into December, the GDX rallied from about 25 to 32. You do the math on that, that's a 25-30% gain. And then over the next year, it went up nearly 80% in price. So, we're nearing probably an important low in the gold stocks. And even if you're someone who wants to get out of the trade, I would wait for some kind of bounce. We're going to bounce here, to at least 39.40, which would be, about 10% from current prices. And if you want to get out there. So I just wanted to show you this. And I like the problems with debt, etc., haven't changed. And I'm going to talk more about stock market valuation, etc. But I think now what's problem is now everything is priced for perfection. Like all of Trump's pro-growth policies have to work now. There can't be any stalls, anything that doesn't work in the Congress and the Senate. Remember, they don't have huge majorities. And if in the Congress, two Republicans start saying, hey, we don't like this, or sorry, five Republicans say we don't like this, or in the Senate, two or three Republicans say we don't like this, then these things won't go through. So we'll have to see what happens. But like I said, this is done. I think this has been pretty. You can see gold stocks actually started sensing this in October, and I think right now we're not going to be off to the races after this kind of decline, and we're just going to have to base in here. But again, we're very, very oversold. Again, go look at the MACD again. Probably the most oversold since August, September, October of last year, and again, those were like basically important lows, and just as oversold or a little more oversold in February, March. And again, look at that low. So I think we're going to be close to finding some kind of low in here going forward. And because like nothing is going to continue straight up forever or straight down forever. And sometimes too in these election trades, this happened in 1980, it happened in 1976, it happened in 68. For whatever reason, Thanksgiving can often be the turning point. Actually, and if you look on the opposite, the low for the markets, actually, and especially the gold market, it was about Thanksgiving of 2008, before that final low in the market into March. But that an intermediate term low was around Thanksgiving. So from whatever reason, Thanksgiving, which is now roughly 2 weeks away, it's 2 weeks and one trading day away from Thanksgiving. That can often be turning points as well. So maybe that's when the market starts topping out. maybe that's when gold starts topping off. And I would say too that now, even if the market is headed higher, it's not going to be headed higher like it has been in the last week. It's not going to go straight up like this. It's going to be more of a grind higher. So I'm looking for some sign now that we're here. If you wanted to put your toe in the water in the gold stocks, like I said, the RSI is down to 30. This is the lowest since October, November of last year, etc. So and okay, you want to. This is when you want to buy in the bull market. You don't want to buy all of these highs, right? Because if you bought the high back in July, even though gold is significantly higher than then, you're down about 10% on the gold stocks. You want to buy these dips. If you would have bought the dip in August, you'd still be up 5-6%. Even the dip in August in early September, you'd be roughly flat on that trade, to slightly down. So you want to buy the dips. You don't want to chase, even in bull markets. If you chase, you're not going to make money. Because like I said, if you bought any of these highs here, going back to July, actually even going back to May, when gold again is significantly higher, you basically would be down on your gold stock. So don't chase, don't buy when the RSI is 70, buy it down here. And you can see we're at 29 now, 0.97, because gold stocks have ticked down a bit. So that's kind of what I want to see here going forward. So anyhow, and that should go for anything. And actually, I will show you one gold stock I think that's looking interesting. I think Newmont is looking interesting, despite breaking this. We're at 22 in the RSI. This is like a multi. Let's get like a 10-year chart in Newmont. Like the only time it was lower was here back in 2022. And you can see, well, that wasn't the low. Newmont had a very good rally from the mid 30s to about $50 a share, rallied 50%. So again, that's what I mean about even if you want to sell, the time to sell in Newmont wasn't here when it hit 22 on the RSI. It was wait till the stock got overbought again and waited for the bounce. So I think that's kind of where we are now. Like even if you wanted to sell it, probably Newmont's going to bounce back to between 45 and 50. We'll have to reassess it at that time, and at least you'll get a good trade out of it if you want to do that right here. And you can see again, another oversold condition was 2018 here, and you can see really Newmont after that extreme oversold level went basically higher for the next 4 years to $80 a share. So again, this is the time to buy. You can see the ultimate low in Newmont was 2015. Again, look how low it got. And it rallied quickly from about $12, $13 a share to over 35. So again, don't sell when you're this oversold. So I just want to talk quickly about one of our sponsor companies, Fitzroy. So Fitzroy actually has something very exciting going on. It's been halted, but it's a good halt. Sometimes bad halts can be like, regulatory problems or whatever, but good halts are when some good news is about to happen right now. So we're going to show you the news that caused the stock to be halted, which we're going to look at right now. So I'm just waiting for this to load up. And you can see right here, the news that caused this to be halted was their acquisition is Potomac Mining. This is a company that has interest in Chile as well. This is a nice size project. You can see they also did the 43-101 just over a week after that. So this project, I believe, is a real deal maker for Fitzroy. I believe that this going into the project, they're probably going to do a good size financing to help drill up this project. But this is a good scale and size project. I don't know why this is taking so long. One second, let me put my VPN on. Sorry, that's the VPN coming on. Maybe that because VPNs do make, as you know, the internet go faster. I don't know why this is taking so long. My internet in the Bahamas isn't that bad. It might be their website. I don't know. But anyhow, this will show up at some point. Yeah, I apologize. But and for some reason, actually, I don't know why this news isn't on Yahoo Finance. But anyhow, this is excellent news for the company. This is sorry, I'm just going to stop that. We're going to try it again. This is excellent news for the company. This means that the company is, like I said, taking over another project. And I talked to the chairman about it, and he really believes, and I believe that this is kind of a deal maker for the project. I'm sorry about that. I'm just not going to worry about that. At this point, it looks like that's going to take forever. Yeah, I'm sorry. It doesn't show up here on this. This is Yahoo Finance's problem, not Fitzroy. So anyhow, yeah, like I said, it's very, very positive news, and I think that this will really make Fitzroy go higher in the coming days, months, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, I guess I don't have really much else to say here, but look, no one wants to hear this right now because of where everything is going, right? But I really believe this trade is, I'm a contrarian, right? And after, remember how negative the markets were when Trump got elected last time. Oh, there's going to be tariffs. Oh, it's going to be so much uncertainty. No one knows what he's going to do, you know? And then actually Trump ended up being very markets friendly, over the next few years and whatever. Now it's like, oh, this huge boom is going to happen. Everyone's buying, everyone's chasing crypto, everyone's chasing stocks. So, and I've seen some stocks that are going parabolic that I'm going to starting adding the shorts now. And I don't know I know people don't want to exactly hear that, but I had not been short for a long time, really, because I have, had not really thought there was a catalyst. But like, I don't care what your politics are. This is where I know sometimes people think I'm some kind of, you know, like big conservative, because I have more conservative in my politics. But I also just look at markets rationally and the overvaluation, et cetera, whatever. But anyhow, with gold and gold stocks, they are, like I said, very undervalued. At some point, again, this trade just pouring into the dollar is going to stop. You can see the dollar is essentially gone straight up, same thing. And, it's similar to kind of like what happened in 2022. Again, when they were raising interest rates, now it's happening because it looks like they're not going to cut interest rates as much. So at some point, this is going to stop just like it did in 2022. And you will see an unwind of this trade. You'll probably have to see weakness in the equity markets for that to happen. But anyhow, so just to finish off here, yeah, gold and gold stocks getting oversold. Probably a good time to start looking at putting your toe in the water. Fitzroy with some excellent news on their on this new student takeover, a new project, and the whatnot. So I thought I'd just leave it at that. And everybody take care. I hope everyone's doing great. And yeah, I don't got really much else to say other than that today. And tomorrow, I don't even know what we're gonna look at tomorrow, but I'll find something.